Okay, so we're live? All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my first ever post-match of Toronto FC. It is the first game of the regular season for Toronto FC. The MLS season has started. It has kicked off this weekend. And Toronto FC, for the first game of the season, tie 1-1 to FC Dallas in Dallas. And we're going to get in on that in a minute. But in the title of my video, I put in the ref cost us the win. And I will tell you why in a minute. But honestly, decent result for starting off the season. Decent start. I thought it was. Bit of positivity there and a little bit of negative stuff to talk about too. But positive, first of all, first game of the season with not really the strongest team. And second, it's not coming until June, July. We played Schaffelberg on left as a left back instead of a left winger. He's playing more of a defensive role. He's not really a fullback. He's more of an attacking player. But honestly, we gave him a shot. I don't think he played that well in the left back position. But we're gonna get in on that. First off, we started the game. First 10 minutes. Bad giveaway. End up scoring on the first 10 minutes. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a long night after that giveaway because we were very poor. We were giving up the ball a lot. We weren't playing well. We were giving up the ball a lot. The midfield battle, we were losing it. And FC Dallas were the better team. Then later on in the game, it sort of settled in. I thought the referee was really poor. I thought there were like maybe 3 or 4 calls that the ref was honestly really like disgusting. Like there was a yellow card that should have been on FC Dallas. There was a shoulder tackle by Toronto FC, and they called that a yellow card. And back and forth, there were a couple calls, controversial calls. But the one big one was, in like the 70th minute. But we'll get in on that in a minute. And then they end up scoring a second goal, FC Dallas. But I think it was offside. And they don't get the goal. It was 2-0 and it ended up being 1-0. Then, in the 44th minute, Schaffelberg, who's on the left wing, crosses it. It gets deflected, and Jonathan Osorio with the sexy finish. What a finish! That was a top shelf. That was a beautiful goal. And it was in the air, too. It wasn't on the ground. It was in the air. So he controlled it beautifully. Kicked it first time, back of the net. Beautiful. 1-1 going into halftime. Start of the second half, we made 2 substitutions. So that was actually pretty good because we're making changes. We're trying to see if things work or not, which was great. So we made 2 substitutions and we played a little bit better. But around the 60th minute, I was getting nervous because FC Dallas were all over us. They were all over us. There were a lot of big plays. I thought we defended really well in the second half, and we held them. And here comes the big one. This pissed me off, like to no end. Toronto FC have the ball inside their box. Pozuelo beats the defender. Gets tripped in the box. The defender goes in, takes his leg, and swipes down Pozuelo. He's down. Penalty. Good call, right? VAR comes in. Why? Why is VAR looking at this? It's a clear penalty. What the hell's going on? They look at it. The ref looks at it. And then he goes back and does this and he says it's not a penalty. And I'm thinking, he trips him, he doesn't get the ball, and he takes him down. That's not a penalty? What? What? No. Like, honestly, like if you watch that game and you watch that highlight, that is a penalty. How is that not called? How is VAR sitting there and saying, well, the thing is, it's not a penalty. He trips him. He doesn't get the ball, but it's not a penalty? What rule book are you reading? What? Then, okay, get this, right? So you don't get the ball and you trip him. That's not a penalty. So what? If you go in like Kenny Omega with a V trigger, knee to the skull, and knock him out. Is that a penalty? Or you slide in, take the guy's leg out. That's not a penalty? He trips him in the box without getting the ball. He didn't dive. He took his leg out. He tripped him. And VAR says no. What rule book are you reading, VAR? What are these MLS referees doing? Like, honestly, like, I'm really like triggered on this because I'm looking back and I'm thinking, how the actual F is that not a penalty? He trips him. Mind-boggling. 10 minutes later, it's still 1-1 and we draw. But we could have won that game. If it wasn't for that dipshit ref and that bullshit VAR, it's horseshit. It's absolute horseshit. And if anyone says that's not a penalty, he dove. What are you smoking? What are you, like, what? He doesn't get the ball. His leg is on Pozuelo's leg. He trips him. The leg sweeps. He takes his leg out. That's a penalty. Okay, you want to dive? You want to see a dive? Go watch Manchester City. Watch Jack Grealish go down. Watch Raheem Sterling go down. Watch Phil Foden go down. Watch them go and flop to the ground crying because they got touched. That's a fucking dive. Those guys dive. That ain't a dive, but that Pozuelo did. He got tackled without getting the ball. That's a penalty every day of the week. And I'm sorry, but that referee, look, this league isn't that great. And, I like the MLS. I don't love the MLS. I love Premier League football. I love Manchester United. I really like Toronto FC, and I like the MLS. And the referees aren't that good, and I get that. But what rule book are you reading? What is this? Tell me what the rule is. What is going through your mindset? Like, tell me or tell us why that's not a penalty. Like, in the post-match, the referee should be questioned. How can you call that a fair tackle? And I want to know. Because seriously, like, I don't get it. What is it? What is a penalty then? A couple weeks ago in the FA Cup, right? Manchester United against Middlesbrough. I'll tell you a story. United got scored on against Middlesbrough. The ball comes in and it hits his arm. It hits his arm. Clear. Like, in this area, right? His arm's out. See my arm? It hits his arm right here. Controls the ball with his arm. It hits the ground. And he kicks it and he scores. VAR looked at it and said that's not a goal. That's not a handball. It's a goal. And that's in the FA Cup. That's in Europe. That's in England. And still they fuck it up. These calls are really crazy. Like, VAR does not work. The referee, that first call was a penalty. He called it a penalty at first glance. He got something right, but then VAR overturns it. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But look, positivity. Decent result. Decent result. We got a point in Dallas. We got a draw. And honestly, I thought Dallas were the better team. So, to end on a positive note, we got a draw. We need to keep racking up the points. And first game for Bradley, for the coach, who's Michael Bradley's father, I believe. Look, I honestly thought it was a decent start. I really did. And you got a point. Fantastic. I would like to see the 3 points, but the ref cost us. And look, I put it in the video. The ref cost Toronto FC the win. And that is the truth. I think we would have won 2-1 if it was the penalty, because I think Pozuelo finishes it. So that is it for this one. I'm like 50-50, honestly. I'm a little triggered, but I'm good with a result like that, with a draw, because I honestly thought they would have buried us because they had chances. FC Dallas had chances to bury us, and we had a couple chances here, but I think they were better than us. But a point is a point. It's not zero, it's one. So yeah, we'll end it there. But thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you like it. Look, I'm gonna be doing more post matches for Toronto FC, and this is my first ever time that I've ever done Toronto FC. My first time ever on this YouTube channel. It's my first time ever doing Toronto FC, and I hope you liked it. Drop a like in the video and hit that subscribe button, and we'll talk to you soon. Tomorrow, I will be live for the Liverpool-Chelsea Carabao Cup final. That will be the game that I'm doing. I will be doing a watch along for that, which will be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. But for MLS, this weekend is done. We got an upcoming game coming up in a few days. I believe it's on March the 5th. So that's next week. So yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you tomorrow if you're able. And I'll be doing the watch along for Chelsea Liverpool. So thanks for watching. Take care.